Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a hallucination. You're not dreaming. It's not a glitch in the simulation. The Scatmaster is playing Modern Warfare 2019, a top 3 Call of Duty of all time. No complaints at all. This game is perfect top to bottom, except for the fact that I'm lying. I know. A couple of you guys might get upset. I know there's a lot of MW 2019 fans in my comment section. A lot of my viewers are MW 2019 fans, and it's okay. Everybody has an opinion. I personally am not a big fan of this game. The reason I'm playing this is because I am not playing Vanguard, God bless, and I just want to get used to the feel again before MW2 comes out. The gameplay you're watching in the background is just me playing Ground War, still trying to get into it. The reason I'm not actually playing on the multiplayer maps, the 6v6 maps, are because, well, in Ground War, I can actually fucking move. I don't need to worry about XX Pussyboy XX sitting in a corner behind a door, claymores and shotguns out, waiting to hear my footsteps as I approach a building. Now, speaking of hearing footsteps, guys, we got another little intel drop TikTok thing from INFINITYWARD talking about some aspect of their multiplayer design, and this time around, they wanted to talk about the audio design of the game. So this dev on the TikTok is describing how you can hear a lot more because of 3D functionality with the audio, and it's a lot of nice sounding shit, right? You want to be as advanced as possible when it comes to the sound engine, and I appreciate that. The thing is, there's one thing in particular that you really shouldn't be overdoing or underdoing, and that's the footstep audio in Call of Duty, alright? We know how these players get, alright? Specifically the Modern Warfare 2019 players. Sitting in a corner waiting to hear people come by is the meta, alright? It's just the way it is. The game was designed to be like that, alright? It sucks balls, but it's the way it is. Now, I don't necessarily think this is a slip up, but the dev ends up saying a little bit more.
We also have improved 3D directionality, which is really helpful if you're trying to, hunt people by footsteps and get the surprise on them as they come around a corner. Modern Warfare 2, to put it simply, is bigger, badder, and more dynamic than it's ever been.
Unfortunately for us guys, the dev says that the audio is very helpful for tracking footsteps to hunt enemy players down based off their footstep audio, or if you're waiting for them to get around a corner so you can quote unquote get the surprise on them as they come around a corner. Oh, Jesus. Guys, I understand that me coming back to MW 2019 is something that I'm supposed to be celebrating, and for good reason, because MW 2019 is like 1% better than Vanguard, but the thing is, MW 2019 had one major flaw, in addition to a bunch of other flaws, but this one in particular was the footstep audio, alright? No ninja perk, we had dead silence as a field upgrade. The community doesn't like that, alright? Just give us the goddamn perk. Stop being weird. It leads to weird shit, it leads to a lot of camping, it promotes some bitch-made gameplay, and unfortunately for us, it's gonna be the same way in MW2. This came straight from the horse's mouth. I'm not making this up, I'm not just assuming something. Gooch lickers, put down the torches. I didn't just pull something out of my ass. The dev himself said this is what they wanted for the footstep audio to be like. And I just got done watching Exclusive Ace's video on this, and I really appreciate Ace because he'll talk about it, he'll be incredibly intellectual, he'll say things appropriately, he'll give his opinion in a nice way, but I say this all the time, Exclusive Ace is not a Scatmaster. I am the fucking Scatmaster, and what do I have to say about that? Activision and INFINITYWARD this time, not Sledgehammer, but INFINITYWARD. Fuck you! We gave you a shit ton of feedback before MW 2019 launched, then right after it launched, and then after the game was done and we went into Cold War and then eventually Vanguard, we gave you feedback. The game itself, the gameplay mechanics, the engine, the movement, the fluidity, it's nice. But the footsteps, please, for the love of God, just tune them a little bit. Don't make this gameplay based off of who you can hear coming from where. And then before the MW2 leaks started coming out, everybody was giving out their wish list. On that wish list, for like 90% of people, we wanted Ninja as a perk or some overall footstep audio balance. This is not balance. Literally promoting people to stand by and wait until you hear somebody coming up so you can surprise them. The community doesn't like hearing shit like that, man. Now, there is a bright side to this, alright? We want to look at the glass half full, not half empty. even though this is looking pretty fucking empty, at least we have going for us the fact that this is pre-launch, this is pre-beta, and they're still tuning things, they're still making adjustments, and the possibility for this to change is, hopefully it's pretty high, but you know, INFINITYWARD and their vision, they tend to be a little stubborn. We're just gonna have to wait until the beta to actually try it out and see if it fucking sucks. But oh wait, there's only a month between the beta and the launch of the game, and what is the likelihood that they actually take into consideration what the community wants and they either add Ninja as a perk or they tune the footstep audio that they're hyping up right here to the point where you're not promoting bitches to camp in a corner? I'd say the likelihood is pretty low, so that's not good. That's definitely a red flag. And seeing as how they took absolutely nobody's feedback into consideration before doing this, I'd say this sounds a lot like a part 2 of MW 2019. And that is fucking sickening because, look, MW 2019 had a shit ton of potential. I mean, even right now, my lobbies are still filling up compared to Vanguard, and that's a good sign. This game lasted the test of time, but for a game that's had a healthy player base for the last 3 years, how is it that the devs of that game still haven't listened to the goddamn community? Like I said earlier, guys, the reason I'm playing Ground War right here in MW 2019 is because I cannot stand playing any of the 6v6 maps. So 1, because they fucking suck, but 2, the amount of times that I'm just trying to walk around or run around and actually play the game and have fun and not play like a pussy, and then somebody's behind a door in a corner listening to me running or walking, that kind of shit is really frustrating and it takes away from the potential that the game could have. And again, I expect the exact same thing with MW 2019 Part 2. The game's gonna have a very, very, very high ceiling for the amount of production going into it. But as we've learned over the last few years, it takes a little bit more than just having a decent foundation for a game. You need to know what to do with that foundation, and you need to listen to the community that is building upon that foundation and actually playing your game. There is a lot of MW 2019 fans. I'm never gonna deny that. I'm never gonna pretend that's not true. But just imagine this. What if the footsteps weren't as bad as they were back in MW 2019? Guess how many more fans MW 2019 would have had? It's gonna be the same exact thing for MW2 by the sounds of it. And I know people get really upset whenever they hear me say this, but it's a fucking copy and paste so far, based off of all of the leaks, based off of all of the intel that we're getting, based off of these dumbass TikToks that we're getting. A lot of this just sounds like a copy and paste. And look, I'm playing MW 2019 right now 90% because Vanguard just fucking sucked a little bit more. But the 10% chance is me holding out, trying to get used to the overall feel of the game again because I want MW2 to feel the same. I want it to play kind of like MW 2019, minus the bullshit. I'm hoping this doesn't happen again where we're giving a lot of feedback to the devs and the devs are simply just not doing anything in response to it. And with the information that we have so far, we're not off to a good start at all. Again, there's a slight chance that they change this after the beta, or fingers crossed even before the beta, but it's not gonna happen if we have the community divided again, pretending like MW 2019 was the end-all be-all peak of COD. It's simply not. The game is good if you take out all of the bullshit, but I think a lot of people need to be a little bit more open-minded to the fact that not everybody likes the fact that you sound like fucking Lizzo twerking on the fucking floor every time you take a goddamn step. We don't like that shit, man. I promise you this game is gonna be more successful. It's gonna have a bigger player count. There's gonna be more fans if you just listen to the community. And what better way than to start with this? You gave us information about the footstep audio. People think it's whack already. Just change it. Listen to the community. Ask us a fucking question about it. What would we change? What do we prefer? Go from there and actually show us that you're listening as devs. MW2 has a shit ton of potential. Please don't piss it all away by doing weird shit like this again. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. What balance would you make to this whole footstep audio problem if you made the decision for it? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos, and yeah guys, it's been the Scat Master. I'm out this shit.
It's been a very long time since the weekend. It's been a very long time and I'm weak. It's been a